Garden of Eden.
Oh, that's where we were.
There's nobody here but me and you. So what we're gonna be eating?
Love George Strait.
1, 2, 1, 2.
I just like that he says microphone check 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, welcome back to episode 114 of the OK Podcast powered by the Strength Co. I am your host, Grant Broggi, and we are recording live from Appleton, Wisconsin. That's true. We're in Appleton, Wisconsin. We are Midwesterners at heart. Midwesterners. They're like literate Southerners. I've always said that, never not said that. We're live from Appleton, Wisconsin. I'm joined in studio with Strength Co. Everybody knows him from Strength Co. Connor King. We'll let him talk here in a minute once we get to the stuff. Going into Do Not Disturb. Episode 114. So we're live, 2 people in studio, 2 mics. We're a mobile podcast. I think this is the best setup I've ever done. I think I did it in about 10 minutes. I set it up faster than 0844s could set up a BaseX. And we are ready to rock. Also joining us from Kern, Texas. Is that a real place?
Yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah, I mean, Jeff.
Hypothetically, how would you spell Kern?
Kilo Echo Romeo November.
Okay, let me see.
Yeah. Jeff, could you Oh, he's still not here. Jeff's still not here.
Freaking Jeff,
not here. Kern, Texas has got to be real.
There's a Kerr, Texas. No Kern.
Oh, man.
Is that what you meant, Kerr, right?
I meant Kerr. Is it Kerr?
Yeah.
Okay. Where are you in all reality?
Oklahoma City,
Texas, my favorite part of Texas. Robert Trey Gottlich III, that's T-R-E-S, Tress. Mm-hmm. Some people would spell it T-R-E-Y, Trey, but his parents didn't know what they were doing, and they just went with Tress because he's the third. Price of Bitcoin is $65,608.30. Today's date is June 16 in the year of our Lord 2026. When this airs on Friday, we'll no longer be in Wisconsin, but we've been in Wisconsin for a few days. So I'm sure we'll talk a little Midwestern folklore, don't you know? But we got a lot to talk about today. But first, let's remember this podcast is brought to you by BW Tax. BW Tax, great guy, better at taxes. We've always said that, never won't say that. He hails from the New England area, Acton, Mass, to be specific. He lives in South Carolina, and hopefully that's a reminder that he can live in South Carolina. He can be from Massachusetts, and he can do Trey's taxes in Texas. That's how taxes work. You actually don't have to have your tax guy in your local city. And what I like to say is it's never too early to start next year's taxes. This podcast is also brought to you by Green Gridiron, or as we call him, Mr. Helmet, Green Gridiron, Gridiron Green. If you Google either one, you'll know what I mean. Click the link in the show notes. Get over there, get yourself a Border Patrol helmet. There's a lot going on at the border. You need to protect yourself. Get a Border Patrol helmet, get an ICE helmet. You probably get an America 250 UFC fight helmet, and there's some guys that probably should have worn that this weekend. We're going to talk about the UFC fight. We're going to talk Wisconsin. We're going to talk College World Series. Trey's probably got a lifting question. We got Chow Radar. A lot going on at www.theokpodcast.com. So if you like the Strength Co., if you like the 250th commemorative plate, if you like Chow, let me put it to you this way. I'm in the Midwest where they harvest things, and the only person that harvests more things than Midwesterners is me and email addresses. So anyway, with that, Connor, say hello real quick before we kick it in this terrible step.
Friend of the program.
Yeah, longtime listener, first-time podcaster. Honored to be here in Wisconsin and on the pod. Thank you, guys.
Not your first time on the pod, though.
I think I made like a 5-second soundbite.
That was my favorite. It was the 100th episode is when you called in for about 45 seconds.
I was on the 405 for you Southern California people. It was tough. But yes, the Arnold.
We call that South California on here. Yeah. But you were on the Arnold for, I don't know. 15,
we did a little board. Yeah, we were right on the stage, the deadlift platform. That was great. Right
across from SBD, had Jen Thompson on, had strangers on. Go back and listen to that episode. That's got to be in the first, that's set 1. So it's in the first 100 episodes.
25.
Yeah, I was going to say first 25. I don't know what it is. PJ, just put down a little ticker on the bottom of the screen. First, I want the price of SpaceX to go. Mm-hmm. And then I want Dunkin' Donuts to go. And then when Dunkin' Donuts is done, put the episode that everyone needs to click. Thanks, PJ, for what you do. With that, I'll kick it over to 3 for an abbreviated staff brief.
Yes, sir. No, this is still the 3 alpha. 3 still out. He didn't leave me many notes, sir, so this will probably be a quick meeting.
Hey, this is Trash 5. Trash 6 couldn't make it today. He's still in the field too. So let's get through these slides quick. Well, let me ask you guys. You guys want to brief or you want to push?
Sir, I'm leaning towards push. Yeah, I'm leaning towards push here.
Okay. Go ahead, 3 alpha.
Yes, sir. S1's out in the field. No, she said.
Trash 5, numbers are bumping.
Numbers are bumping. A+ on report card. S2 still in his vault. Strait of Hormuz is still closed, I believe. Checking X. Have we been to the website? Have you been to the website?
Oh no, let me check it. Did you already check it?
I have not. I just assumed
of Hormuz.
I assumed it was your home screen.
Yeah, I'm on the road. Okay, it's different. This is Trash 5. Could you guys keep the sidebars to a minimum?
Oh yes, sir. Sorry.
.com. There's a website. Is a Strait of Hormuz open.com. Yeah, it's a real website.
Is there not an app yet?
Oh, here it is. The answer is no. Strait of Hormuz continues to be. Sir, this is Lance Corporal Schmuckatelli. The Strait of Hormuz is closed.
Oh, good. Thank you, Lance Corporal. Let me see. S3 talked about some FOPs coming down. FOPs, everything will be trash. COPs, some things are trash. That's pretty much all I have to brief on that, sir. S4 dumpsters, actually happy to report 100% dumpsters online. First time in history. So too bad the S6 isn't here. Or Trash 6, excuse me. Let me see.
Medical
out
in the field. Probably doing tourniquet training.
Yeah, this RBE element is very light.
Yeah. Dental. Oh, that's part of medical.
Yeah.
Hey, let's do a little something fun here. Let's see what we do here.
I want to get some outlying stations.
Well, we're going to try to get an outlying station live since we're on a different, little bit different time zone than we usually are. We're on what we call Central Standard here in Wisconsin. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Now it's.
Hi.
Hey, Big Nate, is that you? You're live on the OK Podcast. Well,
hello.
Oh, is this the chaplain?
This is the chaplain.
Hey,
this spoke to little chaplain.
Oh, little Chappy, as we call him.
Little Chaps was on the
phone. Hey, this is Trash 5. Trash 6 is out in the field. We were going to outlying stations. We didn't have a message from you, and we just wanted to make sure that God's word did not return void. Did you have anything from us, chaps?
Holy cow! The meeting is this early in the day?
Well, chaps, we're doing a training exercise in Wisconsin right now, and so we're on what's called Central Standard Time.
Oh my gosh!
And we're actually even recording early in the day, so I know that you may not have had your quiet time yet, but maybe the Lord can just speak to you right now.
Man, let me go to the Lord. I wouldn't have let little Chaps pick up the phone if I would have known this was a meeting call.
Well, for a second, I thought the chaplain was a child that's been talking this whole time.
Oh, hello. Nothing much for the group. Sorry, guys. The slides weren't updated this week. It communicated end of day FOPs. There was no a time check, clock check. Sorry, I forgot.
Time hack. Hey, Trash 5. It's called a time hack. There was no time hack, and it's an intuitive process. This meeting, you're supposed to just know when it's going to occur. There's no real battle rhythm, but
nip lock.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, for all FOPs, future operations, for those of you who just tuning in, me, I know the lingo. Just remember that time is whatever it is. And speaking of time, you might be wondering, my children, I've got children because I'm a chaplain. The more children you have, the more holy you are, or something like that. Fill a quiver. They said that, the more children you have, the more time doesn't make sense, the more questions they have. And they often ask me about, time and what that means and how God exists and, it's just one of those attributes of God. And so, attributes of God, praise Jesus. He loves you. Nothing else for the group over.
Hey, great brief. Everyone can hear you. You can't hear them, but the Lord hears everything.
Yeah, he does. Amen.
Amen.
It's part of his attributes. That's an incommunicable attribute, I would say.
Yeah.
If we want to get into the terminology.
Hey, this is Trash 5. Can you keep the sidebars to a minimum?
Oh yeah, yes. So sorry. Attention on deck. This is what we do. Attention.
Yeah, that's a good time to do attention on deck. You're starting to get it. Well, chaps, we didn't want you to be left out. We're going to kick it out to some more outlying stations, but if you want to watch us right now, you can see us on X.
Man, we streamed this covert operation just into the everything.
Yeah, so as soon as the Sec War started just putting all the secret information on X, we did the same thing. So just tune in right now.
All right, yeah, sounds good. I'll check Donald Trump or something. He'll just retweet it.
Yeah. He already retweeted it. You're live.
Okay, good. Sounds good. Okay, nothing else for the group. Okay, attention on deck. Okay.
All right, man, off to a good start. Let's go through some more outlying stations. And then Jeff's going to come back and be like, man, they don't even do the staff brief anymore. Cooper Clark sent his kid. Okay. He's almost ready for the OK podcast 50 cal challenge. It looks like, I'm going to guess about a 3.5-year-old on an assault bike. We got Midwestern Doctor Jake from State Farm, former guest of the podcast. He says, okay. We have John K, Midwest Wisconsinite, abiding in Colorado. Cheese curds should squeak. All secure in Sector 7. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I'm still waiting for my curds to squeak. I've eaten great cheese here, but I haven't gotten a squeaky one yet. I don't think. It's all pretty new to me.
Yeah, we're going to get into that. Yeah, I think you're right, John. It's tough to find a squeaky curd. I'm also
it's a good
Midwest Wisconsin. Does he mean like I'm from the Midwest and that is Wisconsin, or does he mean Midwestern Wisconsin? I'm curious. I'm a central Wisconsin guy. I'm a Wapaka guy. I do business in South Wisconsin. I'm in Appleton right now. John, you got to clean that up for next week. Paul W. Foss. You guys got any of those XL tank tops left? Be a real shame not to rep one at the Lift Hard, Lift Easy. Paul, I will look. And I think that sums it up for outlying stations. Been a little weak lately. Let me go to requests. No hidden requests. Yep, that's it. Hey, this is Trash 5. Trash 6 will want you to know he appreciates what you do in securing the trash. And this is the Gullah Sergeant Major, sir. I think you forgot to kick it to the Cajun Sergeant Major.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that, Sergeant Major. Do you have anything for the group? Sergeant Major, do you have anything for the group?
Is the Cajun Sergeant Major not here? He always goes first.
Okay, Sergeant Major, excuse me. This thought the Gullah Sergeant Major was going to talk, but apparently he's a little bit shy today. Okay, I hear y'all eat some of them cheese curds up there in Wisconsin. I don't know about that. I'm more of a little gumbo, a little bit of, etouffee. Down here in the bayou, that's what we like to eat. But as far as what I have for the group, not a lot. Just change your socks. Shave your mustache, and that's about all I have. Thank you.
This is the Gullah Sergeant Major. I just want to say that we had the best. We done had the best turnout to the Farmore Stew Boil last week, and I want to, if you could send a message to the 403 Alpha that broken down dumpster worked just fine for the shrimp peels. Could you also tell the 4 that I'm about out of Old Bay seasoning, and maybe you can send something over. Nothing for the group.
Hey, just want everybody to know we can leave.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you, gentlemen. S6 out in the field. Really, comms are up. Comms seem to be good. That's about all we have. Sir, you got anything else?
No, that's it. No, touch on deck. Oh, no, we don't do that. We don't do that for a major.
Excuse me.
Okay, should we start the show? Let's start the show. We're flying to Wisconsin. Direct flight, Orange County to Appleton exists. For you Midwesterners that want to come out to the Strenco, the gym in Costa Mesa, you can. And you can on a Legionnaire for about $100. Legionnaire, potential sponsor. And we're going to fly. And, it's it's a slog to get to the airport. Connor's got to, say bye to his kids, prep for deployment, first time leaving his family. I got to say bye to my kids. We get on the plane. I said, by the way, I packed all the podcast gear. You're going to be on the podcast. And he goes, yeah, I'm about 100 episodes behind. And so,
same here, man.
So he listens on the flight and he leans forward. He was in the seat behind me and he goes, yeah, I'm going to be worthless in that military staff brief, but
very civilian.
Yeah,
I got nothing.
Yeah, I did.
Happy to listen.
I think you did great,
dude. I'm like 10 years removed, 10 years plus removed from it. So sometimes they throw something out. I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, nothing's changed.
Yeah, nothing. Well, it's true. It's like right.
If you don't know it now, it just means you didn't know it then.
That's 100% accurate. I didn't know it then either. So
yeah, that's it. How do you want to? Are you driving?
I can. Do you want me to drive this one?
Yeah, I mean, we can do this a couple different ways. We can get to the topics, and then we can kind of do a Wisconsin recap. But I think we've had some fun events here, which has been some time on. I think we had some Foundry updates. You want to lead with that, or you?
I say let's lead with that, man. I'm kind of curious, kind of how that went when y'all got there, kind of schedule of events. Yeah,
I'll kick it to Connor here in a second. So we kind of did what Connor so eloquently put out to me, the reverse order of the life cycle of making a Strenko plate. And so what I mean by that is and we'll talk about this in detail, but we landed and we went to a home gym member. He's a Massonomics crew member. If you're not a Massonomics crew member, I think you can do it for as cheap as $3 a month. But he opened up his gym for us to go lift. We kind of toured his gym. And then we basically ended up teaching him the starting strength method in his gym. But anyway, we lifted with Strenko plates, and that was down in South Milwaukee. Okay. And then, we'll talk about the baseball game and stuff. But then from there, we went to the Coders, which is in Racine, Wisconsin. So down on the border near Illinois.
How far was that from the house?
Well, we were in Milwaukee, so that's about 45 minutes south, like down by the border. Yeah. So we went to Racine. So basically we used the plates. Then we went to the Coders, which is the last portion of the plate. Actually, the last portion of the plates. Then we went to the machine shop, which comes before coating. And then we went to the Foundry, which is where it all starts. I guess we technically kind of missed the handling portion where someone puts an OK Podcast sticker in it and boxes it up. But we went from plates in a garage to where they get coated, to where they get machined, to where they get casted. But I don't know. Maybe we talk about the little home gym tour first.
Yeah. We kind of went birth back to conception.
There it is.
Shout out to Big Andy. I'm not sure what he is expecting. We got there. He had a beautiful detached garage set up. Big plans for it. So we go in there and he's got a nice, rack. I don't forget what brand it was.
Yeah.
He cut it off to make it fit within like a quarter inch of the ceiling. So it fit perfectly. He's got his beautiful Strenko plates. He got a secondhand giant cable tower. I think he got from like a middle school.
Yeah.
Secondhand, bought
giant,
huge jungle gym.
Four-way. I mean,
it's got a leg press on it. Yeah. It's got a cable row. It's got all that stuff. He's got an assault bike, which we'll get to at the end there, but, and then he's got plans, half his garage. He just went and this was like an old farmhouse. I think he got it from his grandpa.
Yeah, that's right.
So he had an old tractor back there. So they had to, it needed some tender loving care, and he's, walled it all up, and it's a work in progress. He's got plans for a tiki bar. So half his garage is going to be a tiki bar. Half's going to be home gym. I'm trying to still figure out what the cultural connection. I've talked to like 4 Wisconsiners that are really infatuated with tiki culture.
Well, to be fair, you've talked to about 400 Wisconsiners, because every Wisconsin talks to you, hey, what's going on? You don't look like you're from around here, don't you know?
They will not let you just sit and drink at a bar alone.
Yeah, they won't let you do anything alone. It's like, hey, so his gym setup was cool. I thought what was interesting is all his Strenko plates were secondhand, which was not entirely true. He bought some tins from me. So if I ever get tins that are returned for whatever reason, it's usually from like a cantankerous. That's a good use of the word, right? Cantankerous customer of a favorite kind.
Cantankerous.
Yeah. So it's usually like nothing really wrong with them, but it's like, you know what? Do I want to convince the person there's nothing wrong with them, or just make them happy? Sometimes make them happy, but I don't like to do scratch and dent sales live. We talked about that last week. So I'll tell people in our Slack channel, I'll tell people on our Discord in the Mastermind Discord channel, which I'm a paying member of. It's not mine. About it. And so he got some from there, but he got all of his plates from Wisconsin and paid relatively retail, just didn't pay shipping. And he didn't have a full suite. He had some other stuff, but yeah, so we did, we got enough workout in. We were going to the Brewers game later to, not feel terrible when we got there. So, I think I deadlifted like 425 for 5, like just do something. And then we benched like a bunch of sets of 10s, did some pull-ups.
Ended up coaching a lot more than I think we expected.
Yeah. We got out of the car with like the camera rolling. I'd never met the guy. Right. And so got out camera rolling. Now, when you watch that video, the vibes are going to make up for it. I know, but brother, we are not professionals. We got out. I had the Rode mic on. I had everything going set. I'm teaching Connor about some ISO stuff. But we had the Rode mic plugged into the headphone, port on the camera. And
it's not supposed to go there.
No, it's supposed to go in the mic port. Mm-hmm. And I think as revenge from World War II, the Japanese put them right next to each other. Mm-hmm. So to confuse Americans. So it's
a long game.
Yeah. It was a 50-50.
Yeah. Well, but one is none, two is one. The Canon EOS R, which we shoot with, has its own internal mic. So the audio's, it's good. I went back and listened to it. It's going to work just fine. But I was pretty disappointed about that. But then, if you can't do anything about it, why worry about it? So, anyway, but why don't you tell them about the 50 cal challenge?
Yeah. So we started selling them on the 50 cal. Where are we at with that? 68? 68. Yeah. So we were putting some pressure to jump on there, and he was a great sport. He deadlifted. We pushed him a little bit harder than he was probably expecting.
Oh, there's a 20-pound PR, by the way.
Oh, 20-pound deadlift PR.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of interesting, and I don't know if Big Andy's a listener, and I don't mean this in a bad way at all. It was kind of interesting. Like, he had a pretty robust gym setup. I'm like, so what program do you follow? And he's like, I got Juggernaut AI. I've been doing it. He's like, then you reached out to me and I knew you sold plates. He's like, but I didn't know you had a YouTube channel. He's like, and I've been watching all your starting strength videos and I'm like kind of thinking maybe I should do that. And I was like, well, yeah, like I think you should. Like, that's how you start strength. And like, I think Juggernaut AI is a great program. Like, a lot of people get really strong on it, but it's like, if you're just getting started, hey, why not just keep it super simple, do 3 sets 5 and add weight. And so, and I said, no, we're here to lift. Like, do you want to lift? And he's like, yeah, I'll lift. And I was like, now, do you want like some tuning up? And he's like, yeah. So we ended up coaching him up on his deadlift and fixing some stuff. And he pulled 275 for a single, which was, we put it on the Instagram. It'll be in the YouTube video, but yeah, it was, I think he did 245 for a triple first. And then
225 for
225 for a triple, and then like 245 for a single, and then went 275 for a single, and then continue with the 50 cal.
Yeah. And he was feeling pumped, good about the deadlift PR, and then immediately morale crashed because he volunteered to get on the bike. I don't think fully understanding what the 50 cal challenge entailed.
Kind of voluntold.
Yeah, voluntold to do it. We wanted him to have that number 68 spot.
I'm sure Grant didn't pressure him to do it. Yeah.
No, not at all. Not at all.
But to be fair, he had a cheerleading squad pushing him through it. If he was alone in that tiki bar / garage gym, I don't know if he would have made it through. He would have got a worse time.
Yeah, I told him sub 5 was like respectable. And the 50 cal challenge, if you haven't done it, listen up. We got 68 people that have done it. 6'8", bingo. At 6'9", I'm going to send out a mailer. There's going to be an email, like literally written by me to the people that have done it. There's going to be a coupon code for you to get a bunch of percentage off on apparel and merchandise. And if you buy something, the sticker's going to come in your package. And the coupon code's also just going to give you the sticker free if you just want the sticker. So if you did the challenge, I'm going to ship it to you at my cost. Like, you're going to get that, or you can get some money off. And that's going to go at 69. Now, we got 68 right now. You're listening this Friday. I'm going to do that next week. So I come back from Wisconsin tomorrow. That email's going to go out next week. So, one, if you're not number 69, nice. You should go get that spot. 2, really, you have until Sunday to go do the OK podcast 50 cal challenge and still make that mailer and get that coupon code.
Nobody's listening live right now.
Probably some on X. Yeah. I'm not checking. How many people are in space right now? It's usually less than how many people.
If you're listening live, I fly into Orange County tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. and I'm getting on my bike and I'm taking the 69th spot. So if you're listening on an X,
what's your only chance?
And you want to grab that spot before I do, you need to get to it.
But anyway, he started it, and it's the same thing. We got one person listening live. It's probably me.
Nice.
Go
get it, Grant.
Yeah, go get it. I lost my train of thought there. So we get him on the bike. And it's like, if people don't know what it is, they just don't know what it is. And it's about 20 cals in, no matter who you are, that people are like, oh my goodness, like I got a long way to go. And the 50 cal challenge favors the heavier man. It favors, and that doesn't mean you have to be in great cardio shape. It favors the man that can put weight in the pedals, put weight in the arm things. And Big Andy's not a heavier man, lighter guy. So I told him 5 minutes is the golden standard, and I think it was 4:56.
He was. We were screaming to get him there.
Yeah,
it was close. Within 5 seconds, I think he was able to get it, and then it was a half hour of recovery, I think, and we felt terrible because we had places. We had the Brewers game, so. General wellness check. He's getting his breath back. We take a selfie with him. He probably doesn't even remember it. And
dude, we left his house.
We notified his wife to check on him, and then
he was like just in a bucket of sweat and sorrow. And we're like, "Hey, man, sorry, we got to go somewhere else.
We got a ball game."
Yeah. Anyway,
what's the recovery on that? 30 minutes, probably. Yeah. Until you feel normal again. 20 minutes.
Well, yeah, I think it's a half hour.
Grant did it, and then he had.
Took me a month
for like
it took me a month.
So.
Took me a month. Yeah,
I think it's all.
But people in the Midwest are just built tougher. Okay, they recover faster. You know, they're not these vegan diets and they're self-driving cars. You know, they're not those kind of people. Yeah, but he did a good job, and it was fun. And we toured his gym. Nothing like the guys from Gym Radar do. I don't know the guys at Gym Radar. I know that they seem cool. I know the guys at Massanuttons, not the guys at Gym Radar, but they're not enthusiasts, but they like nerd out on the equipment. Whereas like I walk into a gym, one, are there strength co plates? Nothing I care more about. Two, is there strength co barbell, right? Or maybe some, horse stall mats that we cut up for you. But once we get through, did you buy my product? I go into, do you have what you needed to do what I coach, which is starting strength? So we did we talked about some equipment, but I'm much less of a enthusiast of the guys that aren't enthusiasts are. But yeah, it was fun. It was good. So there'll probably be 2 videos coming from that. One of like a home gym tour of sorts, and 2, some coaching and lifting stuff. But anyway, yeah, we left there and went to the Brewers game.
Yeah, got back to the hotel through our Brewers swag on, and
how's that stadium?
Oh man,
wonderful family.
It'll always be Miller Stadium.
It'll always be Miller Stadium to me.
That's what all the Wisconsin
That's the sentiment
people say.
around here.
Yeah, it's called America's
Family. I mean, it's like an insurance firm or something. American Family
Stadium.
Yeah. I think they do my car insurance.
They seem pretty American and family friendly.
And the park's family friendly.
Yeah, for sure.
But do they still serve Miller?
Oh, Miller's all plastered all over that place still.
It's always Miller Park to me. As a guy that's manufactured in this state for 6 years, to me, it'll always be Miller Park. But no, it's nice. They went up instead of up and back. So we sat with the machine shop guys, the guys do our machining. We had Eric there who does, if you got a plate shipped to you from Wisconsin, Eric packaged that himself. He came down to the game from Eau Claire. And sat with us. We had Troy Sr., previous guest of the podcast. He said, if you're ever in the area, let me know. He lives in Michigan. And I said, well, I'm in Wisconsin, this date. And he said, he said, great. I said, we're going to a ball game. He said, yeah, I'll be there. And I'm talking to Troy the second. And I say, hey, yeah, I'm going to Wisconsin. I'm going to go to a game with your dad. He goes, what game? He's like, you're going to Detroit too? I said, no, I'm Milwaukee. He goes, dude, that's like a 6-hour drive. And I said, man, he acted like it was in his backyard. And so he showed up. We had a great job with him. But anyway, back to the stadium. The coders, the people who do our e-coding, they all brought their families. So 2 guys from the coding shop brought their wives and, 5 or 6 kids in total. And so they were up on the 4th deck. And so, I don't know, maybe 6th inning, I went up to see them. And man, the views from up there were great too, because it's not an up and back build. It's just like a up. And so even up in the 400 levels, it was good. And I didn't realize, just because I'm not paying attention, but it's a dome. So they never have a rain out. If it starts raining, and it's still natural grass, but if it starts raining, it takes 30 minutes to close the roof. The roof. You see what I did there?
They got a
Wisconsin guy roof. I don't want to get back to roofing.
They got a pitcher who's like up for the Cy Young, don't they?
He pitched Friday night.
Oh, okay.
And they won Friday. I can't remember. He's right. Young, throws like 105 or something, 103. Yeah, it doesn't matter. If you're from Wisconsin, if you're a Brewers fan, you know who we're talking about, and therefore you're good.
If you're not,
you feel like we've talked about you. We finished the Brewers game. Oh, maybe the 5th inning. It's like, okay, we got to eat. Connor and I gotten up, done that gym workout, and hadn't eaten. Eric picked us up from the hotel. We went to the game, tailgated a bit, went in, but we didn't eat. And so we went to go get food. And man, having John Cena on the podcast is one thing, but seeing John Cena in Miller Stadium is another thing.
So especially now, so last time I saw Connor was in person was Arnold, and especially now seeing that picture where Connor looks like the Last Action Hero, since I don't know what workout he's been doing here recently.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheese curds is what I've been doing recently.
Yeah, dude. Just now you really do look like
no mustache, lost 15 pounds. Yeah. So
gained it all back in 48 hours here in Wisconsin.
Yeah. We go to the concession stand.
The American dream, dude.
And Connor's at the, booth to the right. I'm at this one. And the guy's like, man, it looks like John Cena. I'm like, that is John Cena. And he turns back to the wait staff and everyone cooking. He goes, hey, we got John Cena out here.
Crowd forming.
And they came running forward. I'm like, it's John Cena. And
I'm waving them off. I did this and took a photo, but the guy in the back doesn't know that. And they're telling their buddy who's obviously so he like finishing up his cook and comes running out thinking he's going to meet his hero. And I'm like, I'm sorry. And he was, he's still happy. Took photo.
Took a photo. Then I airdropped it to the guy. And then he goes,
I don't want to get him in trouble at the stadium.
Yeah, whatever you want. It's on the house. And I'm like, no, I'm like getting like 4 hot dogs for like a bunch of people and peanuts. He's like, no. It's free. It's free. That's John Cena. So we got 4 free hot dogs, free cheese curds.
I have cheese curds on my hot dog.
Yeah, the Al Pastor hot dog.
I had the Wisconsin on my mind.
Is it because they thought you were John Cena? Or
no, I was pretty clear. I was clearing that up that I was not actually John Cena, but I think they were just so thrilled with the experience.
They love the experience. And then when they were like, oh, you're not John Cena? Are you the guy from the OK podcast? And I was like, yes. And that's when they started flowing the free food. They were like, where's Trey? I want him to get my spot on Chow Radar. And
also John Cena doesn't need free hot dogs.
That's what I was about to say, man. He's the last person who needs free anything.
I need free hot dogs, not John Cena.
And you got free hot dogs.
And I got free hot dogs.
Yeah. Brewers won 4-0. We call it the strength co-effect. And we left the game, went to go leave, and Eric's truck wouldn't crank. He's got a 04 Dodge Ram manual transmission, some kind of electrical thing going on in the clutch. He brings out a socket set because he's from Wisconsin. So, of course, he has a socket set just ready to go. Tells us how this is the best socket set he's ever owned. I'm like, dude, your battery's all corroded up. Like, let's clean it. Man, I wish we had a brush. Oh, I got a brush because I'm from Wisconsin and I have everything I need all the time. So we pop off the connectors. We clean the terminals, put it back on. Still doesn't work. AAA pulls up. The guy's like, I'm going to put a battery charger on it. Eric's like, nope, I just need to try to turn it over like about 200 times and eventually it will go. And I'm like, you knew this was going to happen and you still decided to be our Uber? So anyway, he cranks the truck. We get in. He drives us 5 miles to the hotel before he's going to go back to Eau Claire. We get out at the hotel and we realize the sockets have been on the tonneau cover the whole time and the tailgate's been down. Dude. And we didn't lose anything. But
it's a great socket set.
Yeah, it's the best socket set he's ever had.
It stayed.
It holds on. It
refused to leave. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was good.
And we confirmed he made it back because he had a 4-hour drive.
Yeah, he made it back. Yeah.
I think he had to fill up with his engine on. Which is not a good thing or a good thing. You think it's safe?
It's a good thing. I think anytime you get gas, you leave your engine running so that you can fill it with all the gas possible, because you keep the fuel lines pressurized. Because if you're in a fuel injection system, you turn the car off, they're depressurized. And so there's a little bit more gas that could be in the system. I think
that sounds logical. I grew up in California. They just say your engine will explode and you're going to die. Don't do it.
That's what I was told too. So
yeah,
well, that's you guys are from
those, grain, it's worth the risk.
You guys are from those hippie states.
In this economy, yeah, I'm doing that from now on.
Yeah, those hippie states. South Carolina, we just call it filling.
Remember that next time I'm filling up my Tesla.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you leave your Tesla on at the supercharger, do you not?
I think I leave it on 24 hours a day. I just get out of the car and leave.
Yeah, terrible driving a rental. So that was a baseball game. Yeah, go ahead.
So then you get to see that, getting back to the plates, man, the new plates coming out here in a couple weeks?
Well, so we went to the Coders.
Okay.
And the Coders are...
For people... Just break it down real quick for me. Who are I know, but like for those who
of
don't
course
know,
you know, yeah,
all this terminology, like walk us through a brief thing.
We did it backwards. When she's telling the story, it is logical in my head, but a plate is casted. So there's iron, could be scrap metal, could be old car parts, could be whatever. We use something called conversion gray iron, and it is melted down into Lord of the Rings. Think Lord of the Rings, you nerds. Think of that hot flaming stuff.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Yeah.
And you pour it into a mold, and then the mold, the sand breaks away from the mold, and now you have the castings. You have a 45-pound plate, but it's rough on the edges, and it's just raw gray iron. It gets grinded down at the foundry to remove like where it breaks free from the pattern. And then it goes to a machine shop. And the reason our plates are accurate, the reason that they're easy to grip, the reason that the inner diameter is nice and tight on the bar is because we machine to that. So we make the plate too big intentionally, meaning, it weighs 47 pounds almost. And then we machine it down to 45 pounds in the correct diameter. And then we clean up the inside diameter. We had a chamfer on, so nothing sharp. So it's like a little curve everywhere where there would be a right angle. There's a little bit of a chamfer there, and it gets machined. But now it's still like bright silver raw iron. And like if you touched it this morning, if you touched it at 10 in the morning, like at noon, you'd see your handprint because it's just raw iron. And once the oil's from your hand, it will start to rust. And by tomorrow morning, your handprint would be rust. So in order for that not to happen, everyone handles it with gloves. You put something on it called RP oil, so a light coating of oil on the plate. So as it gets transported from the machine shop to the coaters, meaning it's going to get a coating, it doesn't rust on its way there. When it gets to the coating facility, there's a bunch of different stuff you can do. You can powder coat it. There's a bunch of different ways you can powder coat it, is actually what I should say. You could paint it. Some people do a wet paint. If you've ever had the York deep dish plates, not old school Yorks, China Yorks, the York deep dish plates, that's a wet paint. That's why it chips and flakes. Powder coat can chip and flake unless you do multiple coatings. If you do multiple coatings, you're going to lose some of the shiny finish, and there's some things that come with that. And then we e-coat the plate. So it goes to an alkaline wash, and then it goes into a electro charged water bath that a current is put into the water as the plate's there, and it adheres to the plate for protection. And there's dye in that to make it black, but really you can only e-coat gray or black. You can't make a pink e-coat plate. And then it goes into the oven and it bakes. So we went to the coaters next because we're doing on the 250-pound plate. I'm not going to show all my cards yet, but there may be some things that make it pop on there. There's some colors that are going to come. And so we were at the coaters, particularly looking at that. So we had a good time with them. It's just fun to see like a manufacturing production line.
I know you've seen the process. You were part of the process, but for me, I had very vague understanding. And so those three phases, like all those three teams were very generous, like with their time and explaining it to like total ignorant like me. And just, it's more appreciation, and they take pride in like the pride they take in the whole process. And I think we did Foundry today. It's just, that's like 4th of July.
Yeah. We'll get to, I think we'll get to that. Yeah. So the coaters, we show up, they had those, Kringles. You ever had those Kringles from Trader Joe's? It's like a giant pastry. Those are made in Racine. right where we.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Connor brought one over to my house. I don't know,
Easter or something.
And I was like, oh, Racine, Wisconsin. That's where we coat our plates. So we show up and, you know, these guys, they're all like down home Wisconsiners, right? They're just like thoroughbred Americans, but they're also very like, you know, corporate-y. And, you know, we run the OK podcast. We're not too corporate-y. And so it's like, you're going to go into a conference room. Do you want coffee? Do you want water? Here's a Kringle. And I'm like, heck yeah, I want a Kringle. So we had some Kringle, we had some coffee. Then we walked around. We actually sampled. We did some test coats on some tins. I'll talk about that, not this episode, but soon to come once I make some decisions. But we did some test coats on some tins that were pretty cool. So like we did it live, like while we were there. Hung out with those guys, left the coaters, went to the machine shop, and the machine shop for me. So we had some samples at the coaters, but for me, whenever you're seeing your product being mass produced, it's like, man, it wants me to put my sales hat on and be like, we make the coolest product ever. So like you walk in there and there's robots, you know, grabbing 1.25s. There's dudes lifting 45s, putting them into the machining. They're coming out, they're going in. Like everywhere you look, it's just strength coat products. And you're like, this is awesome.
I saw that bin of like, what was it? The 1.7, 1.25s?
1.25s.
1.25s. Yeah, that's it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. That's pre-machined.
That was really cool to see.
Yeah, so anytime you just see that stuff in mass production, that's fun. So we went there, good time with those guys. Got some potential couple products, new products that are gonna, I don't want to say come from thin air, but not be casted and come directly from those machine guys. They're also laser guys, right? So they can cut steel and do a bunch of different stuff. So we got some stuff that maybe come from them soon. Definitely a few things. And I mean, the robots are cool, right?
I was one of them. They had to keep in a cage in case it goes feral.
Yeah, it's true.
He's like, we got to keep this one caged up. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's an AI thing or Terminator thing, but
I know Grant never watched this. Connor, did you ever watch like on Discovery Channel of like how it's made?
I watched that.
Oh, okay. I just assumed you did
as a kid.
I more watched Unwrapped because it was about food with Mark Summers. Unwrapped. It's kind of like how it's made for fat kids.
Yeah.
No,
yes, I didn't know if the bunny ears got that one. Yeah, no.
No, well, how it's made, I think I watched. I mean, I'm a titan of industry, right? So that's right up my alley. No, I watched that not as a child. I watched that as a young adult.
Oh,
a lot of
you couldn't watch TV as a kid.
A lot of you guys were watching like Game of Thrones. I was watching how it's made.
It's made.
And that's how we got Shrenko plates. You're welcome.
The seed was planted early.
Yeah, thank you, Discovery Channel. Potential sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I think we go into the supper club next.
Yeah.
Yes.
Another big Wisconsin thing we had to check off the list.
Yeah. So Wisconsin Supper Club, you can go to wisconsinsupperclubs.com. It's a big thing in Wisconsin. And we asked a bunch of folks that were, you know, sub 40, like, hey, I've heard we got to go to a supper club. I'm like, it's a restaurant. And then, of course, in our goings out after the ball game, eating dinner, of course, there's just random Wisconsiners that talk to us. Hey, where are y'all from? And then we have to quickly like prove that we're not gay. It's like,
we're nestled up at the bar. We're from California.
Connor just quickly like spits out, we're from California. I'm like, I'm not from California. First, I'm from South California. Second, third, I'm actually from South Carolina.
No.
I just live and so I'm like,
he gets started sweating.
I'm like, I got a ring. He's got a ring. I got two girls. He's got two girls.
It's a business trip. So I kept saying my partner and I are from California.
It was, so we had to clear that up a lot.
No, y'all kept holding hands and confusing people. So,
no. I would like to say I'm as straight as they come, but I think Tanner is. But in any event, this old couple that we met after the game, we're watching the Chapel Hill game after the Brewers game downtown Milwaukee.
Central Standard.
Central Standard. Yeah, this is called Central Standard for Central Standard Time. The time's over on now. And we asked them like, hey, what do you think of supper club? It's like, oh, you got to go. You got to go. It's incredible. It's like, okay. So anyway, we leave the machine shop. We're down there in Slinger, Wisconsin. We drive up through Oshkosh, up through Fond du Lac, and we get up to Wapaka, and we go to Simpson's. I think it was 1927.
30-something.
34 was the founding. And we met up with the starting strength coach and his wife and a guy from the Foundry, was taking us to dinner. And so Supper Club, I think the starting strength coach, who's born and bred, raised built in Appleton, Wisconsin, summed it up the best. And Trey, I think you'd be a huge fan. He says, and Wisconsin listeners, don't you know, I need you to chime in this week in the comments or whatever. But they said, what he said was, restaurants want to turn tables. They want to get as many people through the door as possible and, therefore generate more revenue. He said, supper clubs want you to hang out. So you come in and there's an hour wait and the patrons aren't upset. They go to the bar and they order an, Wisconsin old fashioned, and like adjacent to the bar is like a front, like lounge room area. And people come to a supper club, like knowing there's going to be a wait, but they're okay with that. And so they go and everyone hangs out. And let me tell you, is
it a chain or is it a type of restaurant?
It's a type of restaurant that I guess was popular in the 40s. But they're frozen in time. Like it's that place. I mean, it was built in the 30s. But like it could have been 1950 in there.
Yeah, they're like, I think we renovated once in the 60s. Yeah. And then that was it.
Is it just called like Appleton Supper Club?
Or this place was just called Simpsons.
Before the Simpsons show. Okay.
Way before the Simpsons show. But it's on WisconsinSupperClub.com. But that doesn't matter, right? I think that website's just like imagine if someone had an idea of like, where does Trey eat? Can we put that on a map and have it and be called Chow Radar, right? That basically WisconsinSupperClub.com does that for people. But he said, it's not about turning tables. You hang out. He said, and then like when your table's ready, you go eat, but there's no pressure. There's never like,
the whole process is slower, but not in a bad way.
Yeah. In a good way. Yeah. It's like more conversation and it's, you've been at a restaurant and you can tell there's people waiting and like, your kid's finishing his chicken fingers and you're kind of like, I should probably like get going. I could tell someone wants to come. There's none of that pressure. And we were also there on a Monday, so it wasn't packed. And then when you're done eating, everyone goes back to like the bar lounge area and there's like a big fireplace. There's a bunch of chairs. It was a good experience.
Yeah. And it was great.
Yeah. It was great.
You're there for the night. You get there early.
Yeah.
And shucks, I got to wait. I guess I'll drink 3 old fashions.
Yeah.
Like it's
you just,
all right.
Wow, terrible. Yeah. And everyone just stays and hangs out. And that's what they call a supper club.
All supper clubs are a restaurant. Not all restaurants are a supper club.
We've always said that.
Yeah.
We've always said that. Yeah.
Is that the place that you did put on Chow Radar?
No. Oh, we skipped Pete's Garage.
I guess we'll have to.
That's an Oshkosh. No, I put one place on there just to like test the Chow Radar was working. That's like a place.
You rated a 4.5.
It was great.
Yeah.
Simpsons?
No, Pete's.
Pete's was special. I mean, that was my first taste of Wisconsin.
Yeah. It's like you roll in and there's no waitresses. There's a bunch of rules on the table. And they're known for being like mean and rude unless you follow the rules. So like you're supposed to go up to the bar to order your hamburger or cheeseburger and you tell them where you're sitting. Like I'm sitting under the Guinness sign. I'm sitting under the dartboard. I'm sitting under whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And then when the food's ready, they just say like Guinness table. And if you don't get up and get the food, they start throwing stuff at you. Right. And so it's all listed out. In the
rules. Like 10-point font and a full page of rules while you're sitting there.
But no, it was great. And the burger was great. And they had a competition called Beat the Meat. And it was 2 double cheeseburgers with bacon and prime rib on top. And 4 gallons of French fries.
Yeah. 2 double cheeseburgers with prime rib and an endless basket of fries.
And you have to eat it in an hour and then it's free. Yeah. We didn't attempt it. We should have.
Our table neighbor was just like, no, I'm just doing this, for the love of the sport. He wasn't trying to do it an hour. So we were encouraging him. But.
So we go in there and there's cheese curds on the menu and you can get regular or Cajun. And I'd been to this place before and I was like, Connor, before we go into the city, because city life is city life, right? It's different.
You've always said that.
It's different based off where you are, but like a city is a city, which is different than Oshkosh, Wisconsin. So we order the Cajun, as one does, cheese curds. I don't know. Why don't you talk about the sticks?
Oh, yeah. So I knew curds were a big deal, and I've been told like you can get them fresh, and that's really the way to appreciate the cheese. You go to like kind of a farm or dairy and get those, but most of the bar food you start off. I mean, I think I started almost every meal here with cheese curds.
I'm gonna start dinner with cheese curds.
I'm gonna get more in me here and pretty soon. And they bring them out, and then this table next to us is like they've got the whole thing going. They've got the challenge going.
Well, And before that happened, I said to you, I'm looking at the menu.
Yeah.
I said, what's the difference between cheese curds and mozzarella sticks?
And I was like, are they just 4 cheese curds smushed together to make a stick? And I asked the people next to me, and the lady goes, "You're not from around here?" And I go, "No,
I'm gay. I'm from California."
Yeah, my partner and I are just visiting on our honeymoon. And I go, "What's the difference between a mozzarella stick and a cheese curd?" And she's like, well, these are wrapped in wonton. And I didn't understand.
Connor looks at me and I go, "A what?" She goes,
A wonton.
These ones are wrapped in a wonton.
And so I've been in Wisconsin for
an hour.
35, an hour. So I'm still trying to like figure out the dialect and everything. And I'm thinking it's a fancy cheese. Like, oh, they double wrap it in a fancy cheese. I'm thinking the same thing,
like some Wisconsin cheese called a wonton.
Yeah, and I go nod my head. Oh, that very good. And then she goes, "You want one?" Of course, you can't ask about food in Wisconsin without them saying, "Have some."
Here, have mine. Have mine.
They won't take no for an answer. No, have some. So as soon as I bite into it, I go, wonton. It's wrapped in a wonton. But
wonton.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we both thought it was a wonton, like some type of new cheese.
Yeah, wonton's potential sponsor, I guess. Huh?
Yeah.
Don't you know?
Good. Don't you know? Yeah, so it's just mozzarella wrapped in a wonton. Not a fan.
No, not as good as the curds.
I don't dislike it.
Cajun curds are the way to go.
All chow's pushable chow.
It's a whole lot of beige, but it's great. It's tasty.
Anyway.
But, what's up with the Cajun curd? Was it just like Old Bay on it or what?
Something.
Cajun Sergeant Major. I can't be giving up.
I can't give away family secrets.
Family secrets from the bayou. I don't know. In my opinion, those are the best cheese curds we had, though.
Yes.
Pete's Garage. They were the best. So fast forward. Last night, went out to a cabin. One of the ladies high up in the plant, she's in her 60s, right when I started 6 years ago. When I first came out, she said, hey, I know you're a small business. We have a cabin. Do you want to stay in it? And I'm thinking, like, lady, I've only talked to you over the phone and on email. She's like, yeah, but my husband says you're a Marine. I'm like, well, yeah. She's like, he was a Marine. And I was like, okay. So the first time I go there in 2020, I show up, they meet me. They got like the bedding rolled out. He's like, hey, I got a Glock 19 for you. It's got an extended mag, 16 rounds, just in case anything happens. And I'm thinking, I'm in the middle of nowhere. Like nothing's going to happen. He's like, here's access to all my trail cams. You can go jogging on the trail over there. You'll probably see a big, he like gives me the whole rundown. So anyway, we stayed there last night, and man, I'll tell you, there's something about just two bros hanging in a cabin, listening to music till midnight. That is like unmatched. Like we got there after the supper club. All you hear is like crickets. And
as soon as you get out of the car, I haven't heard silence like that
in your life
since I was maybe in the womb. Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, it's just the country because we're from the South. Super country. Got up this morning. They had a little Folgers, a little Mr. Cafe pot, made a pot of Folgers. Connor and I sat on the little porch. Sun like bakes right on the porch, probably 7:30 in the morning.
We were here for the best 4 days of Wisconsin weather, I think.
Yeah, well,
all year.
100% best days of weather. And I mean, we sat out there for 2 hours drinking coffee and, running our sucks. And I think we saw one car. And I don't even know if I saw that or if I dreamt it. But yeah, it was good. Then we went into the Foundry, and it's good. That's my 4th time in the Foundry. I think your thoughts on what you saw will probably be more interesting than mine, because like the shock and awe factor.
Yeah, I was excited. I mean, anytime you got to watch a safety, like a 15-minute safety video before you step in,
it's gonna be a good time.
It's gonna be a good time. So I was pretty locked into that, and these guys treat us well. Go in there, nice conference room, talking specifics. Grant talking business ideas. I'm politely nodding my head. They got no Kringles, but we weren't in Racine, so I totally understand that they had the nice little donut spread and everything.
Oh, they had like gabagool, cheese, donuts. Like they had enough and I told them it's 2 people coming. And Kevin, who I've worked with for 6 years, like knows me. And you could have fed 15 people donuts and pastries. And they're like, hey, do you want anything? The plant manager's there. He's been there 15 years, whatever. And I see the little coffee machine. I'm like, oh yeah, actually it's like the pump coffee. I'm like, I'll take a coffee. I go up and I've already had 19 cups at this point and it's empty. I'm like, oh, that's fine. There's a water machine. So I fill up water. We sit down. We're talking about the new 250-pound plate. Excuse me, 250th commemorative 45-pound plate. I know everyone wants me to make a 250-pound plate. And so we go through all the stuff, the tooling, the changes, the inserts. We're talking wear on current parts, just kind of like an overview of all the part numbers we have with them, and then it's like time to go tour the foundry. That's where I'll kick it back over to Connor. And one of the guys, it's like a production manager, is like, he's 6'1", 295. He's, he likes his curds. And he's like, I love that we laid out donuts for these guys. Like, these guys clearly don't eat donuts. And I was like, yeah, I told you guys not to do that. I just really want a coffee. That was the only thing that was empty.
That's like Wisconsin's version of like flowers on the table, just like decorative donuts. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good spread. I mean, look at these.
Yeah, they did.
If you're watching on YouTube.
Oh, good.
Oh, that's pretty slick, man.
Made in the USA, which is a rare thing for a coffee mug. Dishwasher, microwave, and oven safe. I was checking out the specs.
If you're not watching on YouTube, it's a Wapaka Foundry mug, and it's like overbuilt. It's super thick. It's pretty awesome. So they had that.
Some sweet looking hoodies.
Yeah. Laid out for us. And
so they give us our PPE and, get your glasses, your hard hat, a big old, like thick, bright orange jacket, little disposable earplugs. Cause I understood it's loud. So take you on the floor, and I'm still trying to wrap my head around it because we saw so much. And Ryan gave us the tour and was leading it and super patient with his time and stopping to explain to me things. You have to scream it because we all have earbuds on, and it's loud.
It's also just like,
it's chaos. Yeah. It's controlled chaos in there. Everyone knows what they're doing, but it's just a lot going on. And I'm just, I'm following, but I'm also thinking of the safety video I watch. I'm like trying to stay in the lines. Everyone's just, Grant's just like, this ain't my first rodeo. And I'm making sure I'm not crossing yellow lines or anything.
The main problem is I grabbed the safety glasses and I grabbed ones for corrective lenses. And I don't know it because we grab them from the conference room and then you walk down this long aisle. So we walk down the long aisle and I'm like, oh, we're at the earbud stated portion. I put the earbuds in like a pro because I'm a Marine and we always wear earbuds. Got my jacket, hard hat on. And right as we step out on the floor, I put my glasses on. I'm like, whoa. And then I'm like, whoa. And man, I just had drunk goggles on for, the entire time we worked around the plant. So the corrective portion was like down in the bottom. So I'm like pulling them down and like trying to only look up. And then when we went downstairs, I would like try to look down. I almost fell down the stairs. It was wild.
That'd been, if the Strenko ends because Grant fell in a vat of molten iron, that would be wild.
Talk about that.
Actually, that would have been poetic.
Yeah.
It's all fun. You're watching people just do their job. There's some automation robotics going on, but there's American jobs everywhere just doing their thing. And it's a good reminder for me, like, oh, this is real work. Like people are doing real work. This is real work. And they do this all day, every day.
Talk about the lava.
I'm just anything shiny and glowing. You got me. And there's sparks flying and they've got these, I don't know what's the correct term. Just the cauldrons.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Cauldrons to the zipping around like it's
above your head though.
Like it's a Disneyland monorail suspended from the ceiling.
Great California.
Yeah. California reference. Suspended from the ceiling, just zipping around. And these like red laser lights come on. So they know like, hey, don't walk under the giant cauldron. And they're just zipping through this whole factory floor and dumping it. And then it's a fireworks show when they go dump this molten, iron into where it needs to go, and there's sparks flying, and then it just zips around and goes and fills up at the other part of the plant.
It's actually a pretty good reference. It's literally a monorail above your head, and they're going. And we went up into the room where you see them grabbing all the iron. That thing goes into the pot.
Yeah, the scrap piles outside.
Yeah, and that goes into the melting pot, and then the cauldron comes up and gets filled, and then it's going from machine to machine, and they're running a cast iron pan. They're running. I saw carburetors. I saw, wheels for John Deere. You see anything industrial you can imagine is happening in there. And so whatever part's running, they're dumping it in. And yeah, it's pretty cool. And as that thing passes you, it's like immediately the temperature's up like 30 degrees. Like you could just like feel like,
Is this foundry pretty old? Like, I wonder like how one gets into that. Like, oh, I'm going to start a foundry.
Oh, I know that story. Maybe for another day. But
Okay.
yeah, it's old. I think it's like the 30s.
Okay. So it's been a minute.
Yeah.
So
They
like dad
found
did
her
it,
in-
granddad did it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Seems
owned
to
by
be a
like a
little of that.
corporation now. But yeah,
No,
no,
that's-
Foundry
yeah.
people. I mean, we met with our customer service rep in the afternoon today, and he's been there 15 years. And he moved. He was my old customer service rep, but every time I come out here, I see him. So we saw him, and now he's at a different plant because he's like getting promoted, whatever. And then he like mentions that his dad retired from a pack of Foundry. I'm like, well, how long was he there? He's like, 41 years. And it's just like it's definitely a bit of a family business. We also met a guy that was serving us, and I'm like, where are you from? He's like, Milwaukee. I'm like, what brings you up here? He's like, well, I came up here to try to work at the Foundry. I said, we do business at the Foundry. Like, how long did you work there? He's like, 2 days. Wasn't for me. And I was like, oh, fair enough. And
It's too hot.
yeah, if you watch these guys work, like definitely not for everyone. Like it is, they're working. That's American down there. That's American. So when you buy a Strenco plate, there's some guy in Wapaka, Wisconsin that thanks you.
And is there 4 plants? 3?
Did you not watch the video? 5 plants, 1 machine shop, 2 finishing shops.
Yeah,
He saw something shiny.
I know.
And then
I got
tons of
distracted by the
battery
sparks.
So Connor, out of all since it was your first time, like what process was like the coolest one to see?
I mean, the Foundry's the most like spectacle because it's there's sparks and you're seeing all this stuff happen, taking scraps of metal outside that are as high as a mountain, just melting it down, watching the whole thing go. But have a respect for everything. And then just seeing like the robotics and the lasers happening in machine shops is super impressive and cutting edge.
Yeah.
And then just with like the coders, the attention to ddetail and just like their flexibility of like, yeah, let's try this. What do you think? Like super open to
For
So
every
each one kind of unique.
Yes.
Gotcha. Yeah.
it's good stuff.
yeah.
It's good stuff. It's fun.
Well, it sounds like a pretty good time. Very American trip there, man.
Hey, we're an American company. This podcast is powered by the Strength Company. If you want the 250th commemorative 45-pound plates, go to www.okpodcast.com. It's the only place you can sign up to reserve your spot right now. Those plates are for sure happening. I have approved the documents with the Foundry. The changes to the plate will happen for that limited run are for sure happening. Be an American flag on that plate. There's some other things that we're not going to announce yet. They're going to be super cool. So sign up for that. Make sure that you're the first to know. We're going to take care of the OK Podcast listeners before we take care of anyone else. This podcast is also brought to you by BW Tax. BW Tax, great guy, better at taxes, as we said earlier in the show. Talked to BW just last week. He's doing well. He's been enjoying the World Cup, and he's been sending me tons of memes of foreigners enjoying different parts of the United States, which we will probably talk about. But remember, why not go with a tax guy that you know? Head over to bwtaxllc.com because if you listen to this podcast, you basically know BW.
But
Should we start the show?
all in all, let's start the show, man.
All right,
Hour
start
in,
the show.
might as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, might as well.
So we take this 2 ways, man. It's good Wisconsin talk. Sounds like you're having a good time. I got 2 coaches here, so we need to do a lifting question.
Yeah.
You want to get into that?
Or
Go into sports, one or the other.
let's go lifting and then probably finish with sports. Most of our
That's
topics we just hit in that Wisconsin recap.
Yeah, y'all kind of nailed it all.
That was
all
kind of the
that, so.
idea. I mean, it's on the brain.
Man, so I was watching the videos you posted. I think you post like 2 or 3 of them here in the last couple of days.
Yeah, we've been on it.
Yeah, you'll have been, man. So I was watching one. I think it had a clip of you squatting and squatting pretty heavy, and you were not wearing knee sleeves.
Yeah.
So in Connor's, this is very glad Connor's here. Very apropos because Connor was with me when I bought like my first solid pair of knee sleeves.
I'm gonna guess apropos means like fitting.
On point.
Okay,
Yeah, fitting.
yeah.
Dude, look at you using
Yeah,
context
I
clues.
know. Yeah.
I don't even know if that's the correct pronunciation, but yeah, it sounds good.
Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah, Edgar Allan Poe. So yeah, Connor was there when I bought my first pair of knee sleeves. I use knee sleeves pretty much every time I squat.
Yeah.
But then seeing you not using them, is there a time, I guess, get to the question, is there a time that y'all recommend using knee sleeves, or is there, hey, don't use knee sleeves, and then once you get to a certain weight, start using them? Like, what do you What's y'all's thoughts
I'll
on
let Connor answer first.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's y'all's thoughts on knee sleeves?
Knee sleeves, so like the standard like neoprene, like a wetsuit that goes slides over your knees. They don't really they don't give you any like elastic feedback. They're often confused with like a knee wrap, which does give you a little bit of a bounce out of the bottom of a squat, and that's considered like equipped lifting. But if you're just using knee sleeves, and people kind of use them for different things, really it's just if it's comfort. If you're lifting in a cold garage, if you're in a Wisconsin winter, and it helps kind of warm the knees up first. If you tend to have achy knees or an old injury, gets the synovial fluids all warmed up and just kind of makes your knees feel better a little bit sooner. There's no real like advantage to just saying, okay, well, hey, it's a light day, so take your knee sleeves off. If you get to the gym and you forgot your knee sleeves, that's not the reason why you don't squat. You still squat. So it's just, sometimes if you don't have the time, you could just leave them off, but there's no, I think.
So you're saying, yeah, it's really
if you
not
like wearing your knee sleeves, wear your knee sleeves when you're squatting. But if you forget them, then you still squat.
Yeah. My general thing with knee sleeves is like, if you start lifting without knee sleeves and you have no knee pain, right? Like maybe there's no clicking can be fine if clicking's not associated with pain, or cracking, but if you don't have pain, I would just keep squatting without knee sleeves. Now, if you are squatting and you come to me, I just had a lady, Susie, that I work out with in the gym, that was complaining of some left knee pain. She had recently been in extra usage of her knee because she just moved in California, and there was a lot of stairs and moving boxes. And so her knees were a little bit irritated. And so I had her get some knee sleeves to provide some warmth and some pressure, warm up fluids, as Connor said. And I think they can help. But I think if your knees don't bother you, you don't need them. I used to always squat with knee sleeves just because I was new into lifting. And it was like, oh, there's more stuff I can buy to the lifting, this thing that I love. I'm just going to like buy the thing that I can buy and use them. And now I generally do not wear them. When I am running a lot, which like lately I've been running 2 times a week on top of my lifting. I say lately, like literally the last 2 weeks. I'll tend to start to feel my knees be a little bit bothered, and I'll throw them on. I think the short, like Ray-Ban 7mm classic blue knee sleeves sold on Amazon. You got to buy 2 of them. They're sold in singles. Those ones I've owned the longest, or that type. I've replaced them a few times. I don't think they provide a bunch of assistance. I don't think they provide any. I think that they're short enough, meaning they kind of only cover the knee, that they don't. The SBD ones that are longer, they cover more of the quad and down into the calf.
That's what I got.
Yeah, they're better in terms of like tightness, thickness. They're harder to get on. I think those provide a little bit of assistance, which is okay. My dad just told me, he has 1 knee replacement. He squats twice a week. His knees started bothering him. And he's like, I already got knee sleeves. What should I do? I said, what knee sleeves do you have? And my dad is a frugal man. And so he bought like those like copper ones on Amazon that are like,
looks like you've got circuits running through your leg.
3 millimeters.
It's on the Fox News commercial.
Yeah. Mr. Pillow also makes knee sleeves, like 3 or 4 millimeters. I said, well, that's not doing anything. And I said, in his scenario, because he had 1 knee that was swelling, I said, I had him get the SBD ones. And I told him what size, I can't remember if it was large or medium. And I told him, I was like, this is going to be like an emotional event to get them on. I was like, but you're going to like have some success. So I think if your knees are bothering you, or if you're young and want a competitive edge, I think the super thick, longer knee sleeves, actually, they'll add 5 pounds to your squat, right? Like they'll give you a little bit of assistance without having to wrap and cut blood flow off and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm not super passionate about this topic. The reason I generally don't wear knee sleeves is if my knees are bothering me, I don't wear them so I don't have to clean knee sleeves, because knee sleeves get super sweaty. Like I'm sweating behind my kneecap right now, and I'm sitting in a 66-degree hotel room, right? So, yeah. But if my knees start bothering, I think it was last week I ran 3 miles hard, and I went to squat Friday, and I actually started warming up without them, and then I swapped and put them on. So yeah, that's my thoughts on knee sleeves.
I think the new ones coming out kind of blur the line between knee wraps and knee sleeves, because they have some robust ones.
Yeah, they got some
that definitely are helping people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And knee wraps, if
passionate about it.
If someone's got, you know, some people have the kneecaps that'll shift and stuff. You know, I think knee wraps can be even more helpful because you can go even tighter, right? So sometimes older folks knee wraps, and younger folks if they have like an injury, but you know, older folks if they tend to have lost a bunch of cartilage and stuff, and so like putting a lot of compression in there can help. And they're not doing that for the advantage of to lift more weight. They're doing it so that you know they can squat with their knees pain free, kind of deal.
I was a pretty bad squatter when I started. I'm not a great squatter now, but kind of a motor pattern idiot. And like my coach is like, hey, you know, throw these knee sleeves on. Sometimes it helps people. I had like knee slide and my knees were moving when they shouldn't be, and the knee and the hip bend time. And wearing the knee sleeves kind of made me more aware of like when my knees were bending. So I think there's a select population of like newbie lifters that might find that it just makes them a little more aware of their knee movement pattern when they're squatting.
Yeah. Mind body connection kind of thing. But well, okay. Well, let's keep pushing. That's kind of the lame question I had. Yeah. All right, let's get into sports, man. Did you happen to catch any of the NBA finals?
Did. Yeah, we watched the Knicks game. Apparently Milwaukee has a bunch of Knicks fans. We call it the Little Apple. I was pulling for San Antonio hard just to annoy the patrons of the sports bar we were at.
Yeah. Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, that was disappointing.
I saw a stat. San Antonio led the series like 75% of the time.
I believe that.
And just continued to blow it one after another.
It was first time since 73,
maybe?
Yeah.
78, 73, one of those two.
There was.
Did you watch the final game?
I caught like the fourth quarter. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's dude, I was dying laughing though. I was on social media. They were Elmo, like on X, like posted something.
He
like,
said,
"Hey, I wish both teams could win," or something like that.
Elmo,
hope everyone has fun,
Street?
kind of thing. Yes, Elmo of Sesame Street.
Everyone was Sesame Street, and it was just Knicks fans just roasting Elmo's X account.
His head was on a pike in one of the streets of New York. No, they had a stuffed Elmo head. They did not like. They said, "Stay in your lane, Elmo. You're from." I don't know, where's Sesame Street at, Trey?
I think it takes place in the Bronx.
I think it's in the Bronx.
Brooklyn. Right? I think you're, one of those two.
So that was hurtful to the New Yorkers.
Dude, that cracked me up. Dude, Knicks fans, you know what? They're one of a kind.
Well, yeah, because they're a Knicks fan one day and another fan the other day. You know, it's
that's true. Yeah. There ain't no Boston fan, but
no.
So dude, it's been kind of like sports week, because then we had NHL, which I didn't catch any of that game. I was just happy Vegas didn't win.
I don't like the Hurricanes winning.
Would you have rather Vegas won?
Yeah, and I know I'm a Carolina guy. I just I'm telling you, brother, there's more hockey fans in Vegas than there are in the Carolinas.
Which I don't doubt. I didn't want Vegas to win because that franchise started 5 years ago. So
I like that sentiment, but they've already won one, right?
They've won one.
Man, imagine opening a business and having success in your first 5 years.
I feel like to be a true fan, you have to wander through the desert a little bit.
Well, yeah, but to be a good owner, you just win. Yeah, no, I don't know. I actually don't really care. I respect. I was inclined to pull for the Golden Knights over the Hurricanes,
just because you don't like the Hurricane. But I respect your South Carolina fandom because they're not good.
I live in the desert.
You're just a diehard. Yeah, I was born here,
raised here, molded by it. You didn't see the desert till you were a man. Look at me with my Dark Knight reference.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah,
I was pretty impressed. Yeah, you pulled that out, but I don't know. We'll see. I was happy Carolina won. Sounds like you weren't, but I don't. It was a good series regardless. Both of them were. So. College World Series, you've been following it? I haven't been keeping up at all.
Yeah, pretty good. I watched the Chapel Hill game. They won. Oklahoma, man, just buzzsaw on people. Waxed Alabama. Beat Georgia. I think they beat Alabama 6-0. Beat Georgia 4-3. Back to my thing of wanting to get fired up for Citadel just shows that Oklahoma's a pretty dang good team. Let's see.
West Virginia, we caught a little of today. beating Troy.
Yeah, Oklahoma beat Alabama 9-0. Wait, maybe I'm wrong. No, they lost to. No, then they beat Georgia 4-3, and then
Georgia lost to Texas. I think.
No,
right?
Georgia Texas playing right now. Yeah, Georgia Texas. Georgia beat Texas in the opening. Now they're playing them again. Right now, it's bottom of the second, 0-0. West Virginia crushed Troy. We caught some of that. Chapel Hill I watched. So we're waiting to figure out who fills out the other bracket. But yeah, no, it's
go Dogs.
Go Dogs. Yeah, it's been good.
I didn't realize Grant told me that your mom is a huge Longhorn fan.
Yeah. So she spent a lot of her time. She wasn't born in Austin, but her parents were kind of Rolling Stones.
That's all right, man.
They weren't in a band. They moved around a lot. But no, yeah, she lived across from Austin for a long time. So that's her team. I got a helmet from Mr. Helmet. So she's got her Longhorns with an orange visor. I went extra because she's my mom and got her the orange visor. Put in the extra like $2. And so that sits up on the man. It sits up by the TV. She's got an old Bevo statue with, I think, 2 of the legs are missing that she's had since the 70s that she puts up on the TV and flies her flag. So I haven't gotten to the point where I bought any burnt orange, but I'm happy for her and I support them when I can.
I need to get your address and your mom's address, and then I'm just going to start just spamming y'all with A&M gear.
That'd be great. You could join my dad because my dad will root for whoever Texas is playing. That's the kind of relationship they got.
Yeah. Good man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy your kids some like Texas A&M gear.
I'll send you a picture. So my mom's got a cheer outfit, a little kid cheerleader outfit for my daughter. That was my older sister's when she was a kid. It's been through like 4 members of the family.
She's also got a helmet.
It pains me to say that's pretty cute.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you once my youngest grows out of it.
Okay,
that's what you want.
Did y'all watch? Kind of keep moving along, dude. Like I'm telling you, man, this whole month has been packed of sports. Did you watch the UFC fight at all?
Yeah, we watched that too. We watched, I think, technically the last 3. I was texting my cousin Placido, and he was giving me the rundown. I'll tell you what. If we're talking about the fights, UFC, like I don't dislike UFC. Connor says because I'm not a warrior, but like I don't like actually find it that enjoyable to watch.
It's too fake.
The aesthetic on the White House lawn was incredible. Like that flyover, the red, white, and blue, like
surreal to see
that. I'm in Wisconsin making Stranco plates and like Thunderbirds and Blue Angels are flying over. That was pretty sweet.
Dude, I'm just imagine being like a European person right now and just seeing like New York, the Knicks fans going crazy. Yeah, I guess Carolina doesn't really count, but then like catching like the UFC 250. I don't know.
Wild.
Walking through like the West Wing to go out for their fight. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
That's being escorted by Marines, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Some and multiple services. But yeah, no, it was quite the spectacle. I was watching the Chapel Hill game, and then as Chapel Hill locked it up because they were in a good game, we switched it over. And I think we saw, was it Miller? What was the guy we saw getting interviewed by Pat McAfee today? The guy with the red hair.
Pink hair. He was in his jacuzzi giving a little post fight.
Yeah. No, it was good. Yeah, it was fun.
We were watching from the phone. Like, we couldn't get it on the spot. We were on
phone,
Paramount Plus. I don't know. They couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
And then did you see Tech parted way with Brendan Swordsby?
I did. Like, I only saw a headline. So what I saw was Aaron Rodgers running with the American flag when he came into that Jets game and tore his Achilles, and it said like Sorsby's time in the at Texas Tech. What happened? They just booted him?
So it's earlier in the week, like the Big 12 filed, I think, a lawsuit against Texas Tech, right? Saying, hey, we're not going to allow this kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then I think Texas Tech finally came together and said, hey, we'll just part ways with them. So,
yeah, okay.
So going back, I think like we talked last week, you were asking me like, why did he get in trouble? So he did bet on his own games.
Oh, yeah, get rid of him.
So, and he's like, he didn't bet to like win or lose, but he would like bet like on over or under passing yards kind of stuff
on himself.
And it was just on himself essentially.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's why he did get in trouble. Yeah, he's gone. So I think he's going to put his name in the hat for the NFL auxiliary NFL draft.
Okay.
So I think that happens in June. I don't know, dude. If you're an NFL team, like, would you take a risk on this guy after all this bad publicity?
Oh, 100%.
Cowboys will. So
yeah, that's your team. That's America's team. It's all our teams.
It's America's team. Yeah. So, but no, outside of that, man, no. So you sent one I want to talk about the most, man, was a World Cup. So it kind of started off, and I was texting you about the Mexico game. Who was there?
My brother, Home Depot brother.
Went down to Mexico to watch the game?
Yeah. I mean, when you're an exec at Home Depot, those are options to you. Yeah, he went down and he said, this would be interesting. So George's a big sports fan. He's a miserable Gamecock, but he's got a son at Georgia. We've been in an NBA Finals game together, watched the Celtics win it. We've been to a lot of ballparks. There's been a lot of sporting events. And he went down. I was like, dude, you're going to have a blast. I was like, yeah, I'm telling you, like the Mexico game, I was like Americans get fired up for the World Cup. And we do. I'm fired up. I was like, but that's like their thing. And he went and he just kept sending me videos. He's like, it's like a party in here. He kept saying, like, it is like a party. I said, and when it was all done, I said, how was it? He goes, dude, it was potentially better than a top tier SEC game in terms of experience. And that's something that I expect you to hear from me, because my wife, has a Mexican heritage. And so I'd be like hey, I speak some Spanish. I like tacos. Like, yeah, let's go Mexico. But like my brother being like, yeah, he couldn't believe it. And he just kept sending me videos of the after party, people in the street, and they didn't leave. So Connor watched the World Cup at my house. He had his family over. We all watched it. Game ends. They leave. He's going to put his kids to bed. I put mine to bed. My brother said like the stadium ended, or the game ended, and no one left the stadium. And like they were just like pumping La Chona over and over, and like everyone was dancing. And the game ends in LA, and 20 minutes later, like stadium's empty. Now, credit to Americans, my people. There was like spots throughout LA where there was like watch parties that kept going. But that game down there was just nuts, just kept going. But yeah, no, it looked like a good game. Yeah, I watched that one. Then we watched the US one, which was great, just to like dominate Paraguay. I don't even know where Paraguay is, but yeah, we beat them.
No, dude, there's been some good games. The U.S. one, and I'm excited about this game Friday.
Australia?
Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty good. But dude, the thing I've been just like obsessed with is all these it's like a psyop for America. Like all these Europeans like coming over, just like talking about how great America is, like going through small town America.
Yeah, I love all the random. It's like Nashville or Chattanooga, Auburn, Alabama. It's been.
Dude, the Scottish people in Boston.
Yeah,
they're cracking me up.
Yeah, I haven't seen that much of that. We've been busy trying to make American stuff.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah. But like they went to Fenway and just
they did? I haven't seen any of that. Yeah,
and apparently like after the game, like didn't leave Fenway and were just like sitting there drinking and singing.
Yeah, and that's
like
what
the
I
whole
would
entire
do.
time.
South Koreans in Mexico was fun to see.
South Koreans like in Mexico, partnering with all the Mexicans. It was
food. They're like, this is amazing.
This is great.
Japanese in Dallas was cracking me up. Because they went to like a Mexican restaurant and they didn't realize you get free chips and salsa.
Yeah, these are free.
And he's like,
I did see that one.
He goes, we did not earn these. and then they kept eating them because like apparently it's like impolite to refuse a gift. They were just like they just filled up on chips and salsa, man. It cracked me up.
Phenomenal.
But no, man, it's been some good times. I think it's made some good games.
Excited for Friday. And let's give the listeners, before we bring this thing down, an update on Jeff. Jeff's alive. And he's back. He got back
yesterday.
I think my internet connections. Can you still hear us, Trey?
Yeah, you're still good.
Okay, cool. Yeah, he's back. He had, he was tired, so we gave him another week off. So Jeff will be back for episode 115 next week.
Just like we planned.
Yeah. You got any save rounds, alibis?
Nah, none for the group.
Got anything for the group?
Nothing for the group. Thanks for having me.
Trey, why don't you take it down for our landing?
All right, man. What episode? Episodes 114 of the OK Podcast. As I always like to thank our sponsors, BW Tax, Good Guy Better Taxes, Gridiron Green, Mr. Helmet, as we like to call him. Use that link below. Get yourself a helmet. While you're down there looking at that link below, go ahead and click on the Slack channel. Use code OK. Get yourself a little discount. What do you do there? You can talk about living, life, love, sports. But more importantly, you can talk about lifting. A bunch of coaches on there you can get some feedback from. Check your form, make sure it's good. Use code OK. Get yourself a little discount. If you're not watching on YouTube, get on there. Go ahead and do it. Most importantly, go to www.theokpodcast.com. You'll find the social media links there. You'll also find Chow Radar 50 Cal Challenge there. Only a couple more spots to get to the goal there. So go ahead and get yourself on there and get that challenge done. Outside of that, we'll see you next time.